What If You Didn't podcast with Chris Evans, sponsored by JL Solutions Ireland. Okay, on today's episode, we have Will. Will, thanks a million for coming on. How are you?
Not too bad. Thanks very much for having me. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what we're going to do today, we're going to go right the way back to you as a youth, present day, and then hopefully into the future. And this is obviously a platform to tell your story. So
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah.
yeah. So if you want to go right the way back for you as a kid, what was Will like as a kid?
Will was a little rascal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a little rascal, but I was a good kid. I mean, I started off in an orphanage as young as 4. I was adopted by a family. Um and I was always in trouble, really. I wouldn't say I was a troublemaker, but I was fairly feisty. It took me a while to settle into the family, from being from the orphanage to being into the family. The orphanage really was the pivotal start of my life, my days, from what I remember,
Yeah.
and which is kind of bringing me to why I'm here today.
Yeah.
You know,
So how old were you when obviously you got a dog?
I think I was 4. Or yeah, unfortunately, my mother passed away.
Sorry to
She fell and banged her head.
Mm.
She liked an old tipple.
Mm.
So I ended up in the orphanage. Um, And I spent a good deal of time there, actually. I remember being looked after by one of the nurses there. Well, I don't know if she was a nurse now or not, but her name was Julie. Don't ask me how I remember that.
Yeah.
But she was just a beautiful soul. I remember her well. I remember her touch, her smell nearly,
She was soft-hearted.
She was just an amazing lady. She protected me from other things that were happening. How I remember that, I remember, like, she'd have me in her bed. She'd cradle me and wake up in my own bed. So
Yeah.
to me, it was looking back, she looked after me,
Yeah.
until I was fostered then for so many years. Eventually adopted then by the family.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was me. I didn't really settle well in school because a lot of stuff really happened at home that wasn't, I wouldn't say, very amicable.
Yeah.
For somebody to adopt a child, to treat them in the way that I felt they treated me. When I say felt, the way they did treat me.
Mm.
And that I was on fight or flight mode when I started going to school. I never really felt too comfortable. I didn't really feel, I'm going to just jump straight into this.
Yeah.
I didn't feel part of the family as such. Now, I had 4 sibling sisters, a sibling brother, lovely, lovely people, lovely people. My mum and dad, they were very strict. My new mum and dad that were fostering me, eventually they adopted me. They were very strict, very, very harsh, to the point of I was on fight or flight mode for the good part of my life.
Yeah.
As we go on further, I can say that it was a tough upbringing. They were that strict, and it went a little bit further than that at some stages.
So when you got adopted, obviously you say you were around 4. Like, was there what was the period between getting adopted to them, taking you on full time? Like, was there like a grace period? Where you say they adopted you?
Yeah, well, strangely enough, I believe when I look back on it, I was around 9 or 10 when they adopted me.
Mm.
I remember that day very, very well because I lied that day. I pretended to be happy.
Yeah.
I remember saying to them, "This is the happiest day in my life."
Yeah. And it wasn't.
Clearly, no, it wasn't.
Yeah.
It was far from the truth.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
I was a people pleaser. I said what had to be said.
Mm.
I knew there, but there was no other way of being who I was back then. You know.
So were they the first family that you got put with, as a kid, or like was it? Did you move around a small bit, try other families, or?
Well, strangely enough, I was told that I was fostered by other families,
Mm,
but I don't remember that. I only remember being in the orphanage. I remember the night that I was taken by the family from the orphanage, and I have a strong memory of the night I arrived in the new house
mm,
with my new family, and
mm,
everyone was happy and everything was
yeah,
great. But it was very short lived as far as I'm concerned. I
yeah,
don't really remember. You know, there's a, there's a little bit missing, but there's still enough that I remember that I know is,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
factual. Like,
yeah. And what were the siblings like with you? Did they accept you straight away, or?
yeah, I remember, like, I couldn't say a bad word about my siblings. They were all just, my sisters were beautiful people. They are beautiful people.
Yeah.
My brother, a soft heart of gold,
Mm,
beautiful man. Very, very intelligent,
mm.
funny. Um, I used to kill him all the time. Used to bait each other, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, they were lovely, but you know, as I got older, I often wondered like why they didn't step in, or why, you know,
yeah,
what was going on wasn't, stopped or interfered with, or
yeah. So what? Do you still speak to them at all now? Or?
Yeah, I do. My mother is now in a home. She has dementia. Um, I still talk to her. I've gone through certain scenarios that I've come to kind of, if you like, well, I have forgiven her for a lot of stuff that happened in the past. I talk to her. I do love her,
Yeah,
but I don't think it would be the love that, like, the love.
yeah, yeah,
It's not love. I do. I love her as a human being. I know it's a hard thing to say.
yeah.
It's a bit of a strange thing to say, but I'm here. I'm telling the story. This is it. This is as honest as you can get.
Yeah,
You know.
100%. Yeah, yeah. So obviously, the day come to adopt you. Like, how does that process work? Do you go to a government building, or like?
Yeah. I remember it was down in Rathmines. So you have to foster someone for so long, and then you apply to adopt them. So that was it. It was like if you were getting married, a civil ceremony.
Yeah.
Would be.
Okay. Yeah.
So I remember it was my mum, my dad, my brother, and one of my sisters who is my godmother.
Mm,
Um, so that was it. You just go in and you sign a piece of paper, and that's from what I can remember. It was like a room like this. You
yeah.
sign a piece of paper and you get your form, and that was it. Off you go. I think we went to McDonald's after. That way.
Yeah, yeah. So just for people like myself who are naive, like, so when you go from foster home to a family, and then obviously go on to be adopted and stuff. So once you're adopted, does the system stop checking up on you, type of thing, or do they come? Is it a constant?
Well, while I was being fostered, there was a social worker. I'll just leave her name out of it.
Yeah, of
You
course.
know.
Yeah,
A lovely lady, and she was explaining to me, what happened to me as I grew older. So from 4 to, till the time I was adopted, and that was kind of, I think the ties were cut then at
mm,
that stage.
yeah.
So to answer your question,
Just like once you're adopted, does the system still
yes.
like keep check up on
No,
you, or do
no,
they not?
no, I don't believe they do.
No.
And in fact, I think that the checking up process of being fostered and being adopted wasn't adequate enough,
Mm,
and possibly still isn't today either, because at the moment I'm going through a, a few circumstances, and I'm checking up on stuff and stuff like that. But anyway, yeah, no, I don't think that the adoption,
yeah,
they didn't have enough social workers
yeah.
back
The
then.
system, the system wasn't in place. Like,
Perfect.
yeah,
That's the best wording for it. The system wasn't in place, and I don't think they spent enough time with the child instead of going into the parent and saying, "Are you happy enough with the
yeah.
little
The
red,
kid,
the
yeah,
little red lad in the
yeah,
corner? Is he all right?
yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I mean? What's he?
How's he? It's him
How
asking you.
how's he? Is he all right for you? Yeah.
Yeah,
Are
yeah,
you happy with him?
yeah.
Which clearly they
It's
weren't.
sad, isn't it?
Yeah,
It
it is
is. It's
sad. It
sad.
is sad. No, I strongly believe that. Yeah, I don't. And I do remember actually not. saying it to the social workers, but as I got older, saying to people, "Oh, this happened to me," or "That happened to me," and they were like, they didn't. I don't think they believed me.
Yeah.
Now I'm not going to go into exactly what
What
happened.
happened, of
Obviously,
course, yeah, yeah.
now there was emotional and physical abuse. There
Yeah.
was no sexual abuse, but it went, it disappeared, it came back. It took its toll on me
Mhm.
eventually. As I got older.
So what age did you realize, like, this isn't right? Like, what's happening to me? Like, what age were you? You must have kind of known at 10 if you were to be not happy at that time of
Well,
getting officially
I
adopted.
was, I was always, I was always scared.
Mhm.
You know, I remember being happy. I
Mm.
remember being happy when I was kind of out with people outside of the house. On a day trip out. There's
Mm.
people around me. You know what I mean? You're safe.
Yeah.
That was my safe place
Mm.
when I was outside of the house. It's what people say, like up front. Yeah. Oh, how are you? Oh, how's Will? How's things? Oh, he's great. Blah blah blah.
Mm.
And then wait till I get you home. Oh,
Wow.
Oh, there was a front there.
Mm.
People did not know what was going on inside the house. Unfortunately, it's just the way it is. I got through it. You know.
Yeah. And was it just yourself, or was you doing to all the other kids as well?
No,
Like,
no, I don't believe. Well, I don't know for a fact, but I don't believe so. I never seen my brother getting hit once.
yeah.
You know, but when I look back, like he was such a timid, kind, loving little. He's
Good
a
kid. Like,
good kid. Like
mm.
he played chess, computer games. I was up. You know,
Yeah.
I wanted to kill him. I wanted to choke the dog out.
Yeah.
I was up climbing trees.
Yeah.
I was always ripping me jackets, just being.
Yeah.
We were two different kids.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But yeah. I mean, like I don't believe anything happened to the rest of them, but I don't know for a fact either.
Mm.
Because as more things have come out over the years, which I've brought up with people.
Mm.
You know, they're in denial about how that could have happened, or I said one thing to one person. I
Mm.
said, "Look, this happened," and they were like, "Are you sure?" Like,
Mm.
why would I say that?
Mm.
Now, I've been through therapy for years.
How did that go?
Well, it didn't really, to be honest with you.
No.
No, I mean, I didn't realize how bad of a predicament that I got myself into as a human, as a man.
Yeah.
It was from, I'd say, from when I left school to when I got my second job. I met this man. I got a job in Tire Master just down the road, and a man, Lar Murray. I don't mind mentioning his name because he was my mentor. He brought me on my shell. He taught
Yeah.
me life. He was like a
Father
father to me.
figure.
My father, my real father, well, my adopted father died in 1990, and that was probably, it's very harsh to say, but it wasn't really a sad day for me
Mm.
because I knew I wasn't going to get beaten anymore.
Mm.
It wasn't just a slap. It went a lot further than that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, um, I can genuinely say that meeting Lara Murray, he changed my life. I wanted to be like him.
Yeah.
He was such a kind character, such a beautiful soul,
A proper man, like,
a real
yeah.
man. Just he was the first real man that I ever actually wanted to be. Like I was his shadow. I walked down the hill one day. I said, "How are you, Mister?
Mm.
I'm looking for a job." I was 18, maybe 19. I stayed with him for 10 years. He did everything for me. He got me an apartment. His wife went out and bought me my first week shopping for the
Mm.
apartment.
Mm.
Just that's
The guy he was, like,
he
yeah.
he he kind of molded me into who I am today, and a good part of the confidence that I have today, and my mannerism, and my just who I always wanted to be.
Mm.
Like he had a mark.
Mm.
I always wanted a mark.
Mm.
He called me young Fagan. He's like, "Come on, young Fagan," or Ginger Spice. He
Yeah.
called me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I say, "Come on, Ginger Spice." He says, "You're coming with me."
Yeah.
And he gave me the keys to the car. Actually, he taught me how to drive. Then he got his wife to bring me to Nuckrow Shopping Centre and get me my provisional license.
Deadly.
Yeah. And that very night, he gave me a van to go home in.
Mm.
Like, just
Yeah.
like, what do you know?
Yeah, that's amazing, isn't it? Like,
I like such.
is he still around now? Is
He
he?
is. He's still
Yeah.
around. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
talking to him about a week ago. I'm not joking with you. I've met a lot of people in my day. I owe my life to. I was suicidal. He helped me out.
Yeah.
I had to go to the doctor. I've been on medication since I've been 21,
What's,
due to my mental health, due to the way I was brought up, and
yeah.
that is a fact. That's
Yeah.
just the way it is.
Yeah, I was only talking to someone the other day saying, a child's childhood is the biggest impact you can do for a person. Like how a child grows up and how a child is treated up until, even it could be 16, 18 or whatever, has a massive impact into the adult life, Um, yeah, it's shocking. So have you let him know how you feel about
Yeah.
what he did for you? And
Yeah, I contacted him the other day and I said, look, I says, you know, um, not too long ago, I rang him. I needed help with something. I said, listen, can you help me out? Yeah, yeah, yeah. What's going on? Yeah, I need a tire for my car. Yeah, no problem. Blah blah, or like anything. I could ring him
mm,
tomorrow and say, listen, I need this or I need that. He would say, yeah. He might go.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
Because there was times I pissed him off. Like, you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
I tested that man's
yeah.
patience limits.
Like a son would, like, yeah,
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 you know what I mean?
yeah.
But he was always there for me. He's one of the most precious people I know.
Mm,
And he's just an amazing human. I know a lot of humans. People do things in front of other people to make themselves look good. Do you know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, I'm not a philosopher, but like the main things in my life that I go by is kindness, empathy, compassion. Nothing good to say
Don't say it.
unless you're having a joke.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah, of
Don't
course.
say it at all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm an awful messer as well.
Mm.
Like, people in Crocs, I just can't stand Crocs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, Lara was a very big
Inspiration,
ins-
like, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
So, obviously, you young kids, just to go back a small bit, yeah, obviously, we won't go too much into what's going on in the home and stuff like that, but, um, how you were acting in and out of the home because of everything that's going on. Like, when was there a stage where you were like, until you met La, like that, you were going to, like, was there ever a stage where you were like, I'm just going to leave this whole situation, like whether you ended up on the street or like, was there ever moments like that where you just thought, I've had enough of this, or was it just like a bit of a draw there? Like,
Well, when I was with Lara, is when I threw the towel in.
mm,
Actually, no, it wasn't. That's sorry. I'm sorry.
no, you're right.
We go back. We go back. I started off when I left school after my father died. I was a woman's hairdresser 3 years. I started. My friend Anne-Marie got me the job. It was just I couldn't stay in school anymore.
Yeah.
Just couldn't do it. You know what I mean? I was always in trouble. It was fight or flight. You know, it was
Mm,
just. I wouldn't say I have ADHD or I don't. I'm not fired knocks of people who have ADHD or
mm,
any. You know what I mean? I might have a touch of dyslexia if that's an
yeah.
excuse, you know. But I wasn't a bad person. I wasn't like a bully or a fucking, I'd be a bit disruptive in class, whatever the case may be.
Mm,
So I left school. I couldn't do school anymore. And I remember my mom saying to me, well, you're going to have to get a job. So I got a job. And when I got the job, then I started drinking a lot.
mm,
Um, kind of going down the road where I was finding myself. So if I had a drink, I'd be a bit more adventurous or a bit
mm,
more talkative or whatever, you know what I
yeah.
mean? So I ended up moving in with three friends of mine. We got a studio apartment. So I left the nest. It wasn't as if I got thrown out. It was more or less I'm gone.
Yeah.
So that went on for about, I think, 6 months
Mm,
is all I got out of that. I ended up crashing a motorbike, which wasn't mine, into a wall. I ended up being in hospital. My mum and my sister coming to see me. You know, it didn't last too long.
yeah, yeah.
So I ended up going back home, eating humble pie, But there was rules and regulations. It was like, if you're not in by 10 o'clock, you don't get in.
Mm,
Some nights I'd sleep in a neighbour's car. Some nights I'd sit on the door, I'd bang the door down continuously till the door was opened. So then I was, if you like, abusive,
Yeah.
you know, or deemed abusive. But when I think about it, I wasn't abusive. I was just pushed and pushed and pushed to a limit where it was like, just let me in the fucking.
Yeah, yeah.
I just want to go to bed. Like, what are you
Yeah.
doing?
Yeah.
Why does there have to be a time limit of 10 o'clock
Yeah, it's
or
madness.
19, 20? Like, it's still, it was still going on. It was mental torment. It was mental.
Were they, if you don't mind me, were they older, like, when they adopted you? Like, 'cause I just think, like, just from what you're saying there, like, that's a very old school way of thinking, isn't it? Like,
Yeah, well, I mean, they weren't. I think I was going into secondary school when my dad died, so I would have been about 13. So he was 52 when he died.
okay, so I was young
So
then.
they were young enough, like,
Yeah.
but this is, as far as I'm concerned, there was just no need for
Yeah.
the role
Well,
that they
yeah.
took, and it still affects me to this day. And this is what, like, this is how I'm sitting here today, because
Yeah.
we'll talk about that later on. But
Yeah, so you said the therapy, was that just something that you said to you give it a go to try and obviously.
yeah, well, as a child, I was brought with my mother to a counselor, and the counselor would sit down and say, "Well, Will, what's going on?"
Mm,
I'd sit there, "Oh, really?" Like, she's sitting beside us, like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
you know, and I was saying, "Well, I'm just not being good." And there'd be silly answers, to
Mm,
very important questions, and then you get on the bus, then wait to get you home. That was it.
yeah.
In a nutshell, there was no escaping it. Like, it was constant. But that was then. So as I got older, so I started taking panic attacks in my 20s. So I started taking medication, which I'm still on to this day,
Mhm.
for anxiety.
Does it help?
Yeah, it does help. Yeah,
Yeah,
it does help. Panic attacks, night terrors, you name it. Suffer terrible bad with depression, anxiety,
yeah.
and fight or flight I go into as well. It's only the last few months I've kind of come around. I know it's ridiculous, but like, I was 50 2 weeks ago, or a week, 27th of June, I
Yeah,
was 50. So to sit here now and say, the
yeah.
last few weeks, I'm me,
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
okay, but I'm the best I've been in a long time,
Mm,
that way.
yeah,
And this is obviously how we met, because, you know,
yeah,
of the project that I'm doing, and why I'm sitting here talking to
yeah,
you, you know.
yeah. Do you have any kids yourself?
I have four beautiful kids. When I met my wife, she had two beautiful kids. So I raised them with Sue.
Mm,
We have Ryan, Amy, Ben, and Zach. Ryan and Amy was their Sue's kids,
mm.
and we have two together with with nobody else. No, Ben and Zach. So we have the four kids, but they're all treated equally. They're all beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful, beautiful kids.
Mm,
Ryan is he's my right hand man. Amy's a beautiful soul. Ben is the psychologist.
yeah,
He's me on the straight and narrow.
yeah,
Zach, he's the apple of my eye. He's just a great kid. They're all lovely, beautiful kids.
yeah. It's amazing, isn't it?
Oh, fantastic.
Mm,
Now listen, come here. They're just like any other kids.
mm,
They they're not perfect,
mm,
but they are perfect to me.
yeah,
They do anything for you. I'm so blessed to have them.
yeah.
They make me who I am.
Mm,
As long And my wife as well, an amazing lady.
mm.
She's made me who I am as well. So, what?
Yeah, yeah. So just before we move on from obviously that period of your life, so going back to your original mother, um, did you know your father at all? Like, was he around?
No, that's probably the next that's probably the next phase of
Okay,
the story. But um, no, I didn't know my mother. No, I was told she was a beautiful person, a beautiful soul.
yeah,
Anne was her name. Unfortunately, she had an addiction, alcoholic, and she fell and banged her head, and that's how she passed. So
yeah. Was there no family on her side? Like, there was no.
I actually found them about, I can't remember how many years ago it is. I'm terrible with years,
Yeah, yeah.
but by accident I found them. I actually have another brother from Anne
Okay.
who I found as well by accident. We're in contact. We wouldn't be very close, but
Mm.
we do talk. He's a lovely man. He's
Did you look alike?
um not really,
No,
not really. No,
no.
no. But there is some similarities, but
Yeah.
I'm much better looking. You know what I mean?
Is he, what's the age difference of it? Is he older? Is he?
I think there's about 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now he was in the orphanage with me,
Okay.
so he used to mind me. Now I don't remember this,
Yeah.
but when we met, he told me.
No way.
Yeah, yeah. He,
Why did he separate siblings? That's mad, isn't it?
you see, so my mom's brother, right?
Yeah.
His family, they decided that they take my brother. Let's just call him David.
Yeah.
Okay, they
Yeah.
take David because I don't.
Yeah.
He
You
do-
don't need to name
he
names.
doesn't
Yeah.
know I'm on this.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to.
Involve him. Yeah.
Yeah. So they said that David would have a better chance with them, and I'd have a better chance as a baby of being adopted.
That's mad, isn't
Because
it?
they couldn't take the two of us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's more or less how that happened.
So when obviously he goes to with them, then why is there no like record or no? Do you know when you get of an age when you're starting to ask questions? Who's my mom? Why is nobody telling you then? That you've got a sibling.
Well, I knew I had a sibling.
Yeah.
I knew his name. As the path of life took me, like why didn't he look for me?
Yeah.
Why isn't he looking for me? Why doesn't he want to talk to me? Like my father. My father. That's a real Irish thing to say. My father. Like my dad. And that's the way I was. I was like, if he's not looking for me.
I'm not looking for them.
And to be quite honest with you, I really had enough going on.
Yeah.
I didn't have that point of, I didn't have that amount of time where it was like, you know what, I want to look for my brother and I want to look for my dad.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have that amount of space in my mind.
Mm-hmm. Because
Like,
there's a lot going on. Like.
with so much going
Mm-hmm.
on. I was dealing with a lot of stuff. I was dealing with, so as I've mentioned Lara already, I, my friend group, I had a bunch of friends, great bunch of friends.
Mm-hmm.
We were like the Goonies, except no, I don't look like sloth, right? Or chunk. But anyway, we were like the Goonies. That's what we were like. We were
Mm-hmm.
just so close. We were out I was 21, 22. I was out partying. I was out in nightclubs. We'd go out on a Thursday night and come home the Friday morning in a heap. Do you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Or go to work
Yeah.
in a heap. You know that way? I had a very, very good close friend, Desi, and he passed away. And that broke me. That
Yeah.
that he died in his sleep, unfortunately.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But we were all so close. My first friend out of the Brat Pack, the Goonies, was Martin. We met in primary school, first year, first day type stuff.
Mm.
He's still one of my best friends to this
Yeah.
day,
Deadly.
if not my best friend. He was the best man at my wedding, but as he said himself, the day of my wedding, if Desi had been still alive, I wouldn't be standing here.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know that way?
Yeah.
So Desi and Desi's family and Martin's family, as I was growing up, they would have been my refuges.
Mm. Your family, like.
Yeah, Desi's ma, Brenda, she was my mother. Martin's mom, Rose, she was my mother. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was it,
That's amazing as well, isn't
Sunday dinner,
it?
they used to call me Willie. I used to fucking hate it. Crack me up. I didn't like it. And Willie Fagan, you said to anyone, do you know Willie Fagan? Yeah, of course I know Willie Fagan. Everyone knows Willie Fagan. But Will Fagan I changed it myself as I got older. But I was blessed to have such good friends,
Mm.
growing up as well, that helped me through each stage. If you like, when Desi passed, that just crippled me.
How old was he?
You see, you're asked ages and
Ages and numbers, yeah, yeah.
I think he was 24.
Jeez, no, that's a baby, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. I think he was 24. Yeah, that just it killed us all.
Mm.
It really did. Like, um, yeah. So I was lucky to have such a structured, friendship with Martin, Desi. There was three Pauls.
Mm.
You know, um, Michael as well. He was another good friend of mine. And there's another Willie as well.
Mm,
He didn't mind being called Willie,
mm,
or still
mm,
doesn't,
mm.
you know. I was just blessed to have such a good group of friends. We all hung around together, drank together, did everything together. We'd buy a car, we'd go up the back of Desi's yard. There's a big empty space where you wouldn't get the car out of second gear. You'd be driving around pulling handbrakers, you know.
Yeah.
Nothing against the law, you know.
Mm. Just young lads, like,
Just young
yeah.
lads having the crack. We'd smoke a bit of hash,
Mm,
smoke a bit of pop, you know. We'd have a few fizzies.
mm,
That was it. We were just a bit mad, like
yeah,
not even mad, but just enjoying life. I did get to the stage where I enjoyed myself. Do
yeah.
you know what I mean? With all that in the past, you know. But
So would you say your, so to speak, sliding door moments when you met La, he got you the apartments, was that like the moment where you kind of left that part of your life
yeah,
in the rear view? Like,
absolutely. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a hard one. It's a hard one to ask, really. It's a hard question to answer, should I say? You know, because situations just always seem to arise. I was always deemed as the bad kid, the black sheep of the family.
mm,
You know, excuse me. Um, but for some strange reason, I thought when I met my wife, um, you know, things did change for me. I mean, my life changed.
mm,
Within 6 months, we'd moved into a rented house. You know, I fell head over heels and over there. She's a beautiful lady, she's
mm,
beautiful looking, she's beautiful soul,
mm,
charisma, you know, just everything I always wanted. And I just loved her so much, and she loved me. We were just in love.
yeah,
And, you know, I never thought I'd find that. And that's probably, no, I was in love before. Don't get me wrong. I'd met other girls, but nothing like this.
mm,
This was a game changer for me, you know? So, life went on. I mean, I kind of confided in Sue an awful lot as to what had happened in my life growing up.
yeah,
So I kind of burdened her with all my little issues.
mm,
Yeah, I wouldn't even say burdened, but every time we have a drink, I might start crying. I'd bring it up, you know.
yeah,
You know, I did go and get counselling, but it just didn't. I didn't find the right person.
yeah.
You know, you have to find the right person.
Counseling's tough as well because you've got to, like, you're telling a completely stranger, a bit like yourself and myself now, like your story, your feelings, your like stuff that people don't normally talk about. Like, you know, it must be tough. I've never done counselling myself, but I could only imagine, you know, you pouring your heart out to a stranger. Like,
Well, to be honest with you, I pick up on vibes off people.
mm,
If I walk into a room, like that's, I believe strongly it's through my trauma over the years
mm,
and added trauma as life has gone on. I pick up on frequencies.
yeah,
The only way I can describe it is when I wake up in the morning, if you blow a bubble, you know, like a bubble,
mm,
big bubble, it's perfect.
mm,
Sits on my shoulder beside me. And as I get into the car and I get to the traffic light and some fella beeps at me, the bubble starts rippling. And as the day goes on, the next thing somebody like I was a taxi driver, I'm a chauffeur driver the last 20 years,
yeah.
taxi chauffeur driver. You know, people's aura getting into the car.
Yeah, you can feel. I get that as well. I can
Yeah,
walk into a room and feel it. Someone's a bad person. Yeah, I can tell. Like, you know.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's a feeling, isn't it?
I think it's a demon.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm very, very deep, I'm very, I have such empathy for people. I have such, I'm a very loving and cherishing type of person.
Mm,
If I receive it, I'll give it. You know what I mean? And
mm,
even if you do me bad, I'll give you another chance.
yeah,
Because people have bad days. We all make bad decisions. Now, I'm not a fucking angel.
yeah,
I'm not, you know, excuse the language. I start using bad language when I get comfortable.
yeah.
So
Well, I'm
I'm,
glad you're comfortable.
I'll start faking now on you like a
Yeah,
fecker.
you can swear all you like
Yeah,
anyway, so you're
thank
grand.
fuckity fuck for that, you know. But
Yeah.
yeah. So where were we? We were just
Yeah, so the counsellor, so you just didn't
yeah,
find the right
no,
person?
like yeah, it was that's what it was. Yeah, yeah. There was I'd say about six altogether, different counselors.
Wow.
So the second last one was a lady, and you know I had to sign this like a prenup. You know,
No way.
if you tell me this, you know, if I feel that anyone's in any danger, you know, I have to go to the guards. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, way, yeah. So I went, sat down, and she was a nice lady, and I was enjoying talking to her, and
Mm,
I felt we were making progress, and I told her about one of the issues, and a couple of weeks later, I was out fishing with my boys, and I had a phone call. Hello, how you doing? This sergeant fucking such and such. I'm like, yeah, everything all right? Well, we believe that such and such happened, and do you want to come in and make a statement?
oh my God.
I said, no, 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 that's not going to happen now. That's 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 in the past. I said, and then they said, you believe that this person is still in danger? Not really. No, I don't believe so. No, no, no. I think it was a one-off. What he did to me that day,
Yeah.
he did to me that day, and I specify that fucking day.
Mm.
Excuse the language,
No,
right?
Grant.
But anyway, so that was it for me. I like
Like she's you put a lot of trust into her, like
yeah,
opening
she
up.
could have rang me and said, "Look, I'm going to ring the guards and let them know about this chap," but she didn't. Maybe
Yeah.
she had to do it by the book. Maybe she had to, but I just didn't. I didn't.
So that was counselling over for you then.
Yeah.
That was the final straw. Like,
Well, yeah. Well, for that moment, anyway, yes. But so I kind of want to get onto this subject
yeah.
of finding my dad,
Mhm.
right? So because this will bring up the rest of the kind of what's left, and
Mm.
then what's going to
Of
happen in
course,
the
yeah.
future. So I'm at home lying on the couch, or watching Davina McCall on Long Lost Families. Myself and the Queen were watching the telly,
Yeah, yeah.
and this woman finds her mom or her dad, I can't remember which it was.
Mm.
And I start bloody crying. I was fucking tears and snots. So my wife says, all right, love. She said, oh, yeah, I don't know. She's not emotional about it, watching
Mm.
this. She's like, why have you never, you know, tried to look for? I said, sure. Like, he's never looked for me. Why would I
Mhm.
look for him? And I'm not saying it's my wife's fault or anything,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But we had a conversation, and it was like, I was like, no, I'm not going to fucking do it. Like, I'm just not. So I was out that day, and I was working for myself at the time. I had my own company, had a show for company,
Mm.
and I was at the canal, waiting outside the hotel. And I was like, something in me just gave in.
Gonna
So I
do it.
started making phone calls. I made about 10 phone calls. I eventually got through to this company. If you
Yeah, I was gonna say, where do you even start with that?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. So I was
yeah.
ringing loads of different places.
Mm.
I want to trace somebody. Are
Mm.
they dead? No, no. Like, well, I don't know.
Mm.
This is their name. So one of them said, yeah, give us your email, blah, blah. Where were you? What was the name of the orphanage? How old are you? Date of birth, blah, blah. Send us all that in an email. Okay. And your phone and contact number, yeah, blah, blah. So I got a verification email to say, we're in the process of
Mm.
looking for your dad. About 3 months later, I got a phone call. How are you doing? This is such and such. We've got some news for you. I says, yeah, go ahead. We found your dad. Fuck off. Yeah. I says, no way. Yeah. And he wants to meet up with you. I was like, no way.
No way.
No way. I was like, fuck. I was like, I just, I went into shock. So I even I remember the moment so clearly. I got dry mouth socket. I was like,
Mm.
I was nearly shaking. Like, I was like, shit, God, what the fuck? I was like Homer Simpson.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? The long and the short, and you've to write him a letter, he's to write you a letter. You both have to acknowledge that you want to see each other.
Mm.
Yeah, no problem. Did all that. A week later, maybe 2 weeks later. Okay, 10 o'clock, you have to meet him in such and such a building. This lady came, met me. How you doing? I'm so and so. Nice to meet you. Bricking it. Absolutely.
It's crazy the way how formal it all is, isn't it?
It was completely formal. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So I went into the room, and she said, are you ready? And I'm looking around.
What the fuck
Where,
is
where the
going
fuck,
on?
where the fuck is he?
Yeah, yeah,
She goes, no, he's in the other room.
Mm.
We're going to bring him into you.
Mm.
Are you ready? And I'm like, yeah, I'm ready.
Mm.
Yeah, bring him in. The door opened, and this little man standing there with great hair. And I'm like, he doesn't fucking look like me. But he did. Do you know what I mean? I just, like, I wasn't expecting, do you know?
Yeah.
And he came over, he gave me a hug. And I swear to Jesus, it was electrifying. It was like, I never felt anything like it in my life. It
Man.
was just crazy. Like, the love was just there straight away. It was
Mhm.
fucking unbelievable. But he grabbed me by the hand and he whispered in my ear and he squeezed the fucking hand off me.
Mm.
I swear to God, he hugged me, right? He says, tell me nothing. I went, what? He says, tell me nothing happened to you. I said, no, nothing happened to me. Promise me. He's a country accent.
Yeah.
If you didn't get that.
Yeah. Yeah.
He says, promise me. I says, I promise you. Yeah, no, yeah, promise me. I promise you now. He gave me another hug. There was tears and snots. We sat down and we talked a bit. And we bonded for 2 years. Amazing.
Mm.
I never felt love like it in my life.
Yeah.
He lives down the country. Guess what? I've got 6 brothers from a different mother.
Yeah.
And they all kind of look a bit like me. They all have red hair.
Mm.
Some of them have me eyes, some of them have me nose, some of them have me teeth,
That's mad.
some of them
Isn't
have
it?
me
Yeah.
ears. But there's a distinguishable bit in each of them.
Yeah. Mm.
So he said, right, you have to come down, you have to meet all your brothers. I'm like, what? He said, but we're going to do it one at a time.
That must have been information overload. Like 6 brothers. Like that's me dad. I've got 6 brothers. Like what is going
It
on?
was so exciting.
Yeah.
I can't even remember, did I bring my wife? No, I didn't. I don't think I did. Did I? Jeez, I can't fucking remember. Sorry. But anyway, he brought me down. I was like, he lives in this little town down the country. Like, it's a couple of pubs. It's a one-horse
Town. Like.
and I met them all individually. First one I met, dinner with them. Next one came in, had a pint. Then the next 10 minutes later, another one came in.
Mm.
Then I was like, fucking, this is my son, Will. And they all knew about me for years.
No.
They all, yeah, 100%. They all knew about me. And one of them said to me, I knew the day would come where I got to meet you. And we had a fucking howdy that night. We were in the pub. I'm nearly sure my wife was there. I can remember. I don't know how, but yeah. So my dad had a new partner, a lady,
Mm.
lovely lady, and she was with us. And she was like, I can't believe I have another son. I'm like,
That's mad. Yeah.
Yeah. She says, yeah, you can be my new mom.
Mm.
She was such a lovely lady. They pulled out all the stops for us, and for 2 years, we'd meet up in a hotel. We have a mobile down on the beach down in Wexford.
Mm.
They came and stayed with us, and Ben would go and stay with his new granddad,
Amazing. Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
wouldn't want to come home for
Mm.
2 weeks. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It was just amazing. Then one day he rang me, he says, do you want to come down and have some food? We'll go for a few drinks.
Mm.
I want to talk to you. I was like, oh, yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. So we sorted it out. Myself and Sue, we drove down, got babysitters, went out. He said, we'll let the women go on to the next pub. He says, I want to talk to you. I said, yeah, go ahead. He says, I want you to move down. He says, I want you to come down and live with us. Just, we got to get you sorted out. He says, a place to live, and, I want you to come down. I was like, yes, I don't know.
Me life in Dublin.
The
Like.
kids are in school in Dublin.
Yeah.
He said, look, he says, don't. I said, I don't really think so. I don't think Sue would want to be away from, because she's very close
Mm.
to her family, which I am actually very close with as well.
Yeah.
They're beautiful people.
Yeah.
Sue's mum and dad, Sue's brothers and sisters, amazing human beings. Just so lucky to have them as,
Mm.
it's cushy, if you like, as Del Boy would say.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's fantastic. They're a lovely family. Yeah, that's when the bomb dropped. Come on, we'll go up. I want to show you another pub. He's another friend of mine. I want to introduce you.
Mm.
He went up. He said, "Will you have a brandy?" That's the way he talks.
Mm.
Gas, man. I love him. He says, "We'll have a brandy." I says, No, I don't drink brandy. He says, "Oh, you have a fucking brandy."
Mm.
So I had a brandy, had another brandy, had another brandy. That's it. That's all I can remember.
Yeah.
So I'm lying in bed the next morning with Sue. He comes barging in the door. Get up, he says. I says, what? He says, get downstairs. He says, I want to talk to you. I'm looking at him going, what's wrong? He says, come downstairs. He says, I want to talk to you. Right. So I got up, I was in my boxers, so I went downstairs. I says, what's wrong? You fucking lied to me, he says. I says, what? You fucking lied to me. I says, how did I lie to you? You told me nothing fucking happened to you when I met you. And you told me fucking last night exactly what happened.
Oh my God.
Right. Yeah, well, I only fucking said that because I didn't want to upset you. I says,
Yeah.
and it was in the past. I said, it's grand now. He says, well, it didn't fucking sound grand last night when you were telling me what fucking went on.
Yeah.
I went, oh, shit. I said, please, just leave it. I says,
Yeah.
no, I won't. He says, I want fucking answers. He says, I, I tried to get you for fucking 30 years. I came to that orphanage to get you, and he wouldn't let me fucking take you. And the only reason why I knew you were alive, he says, was because you were sick in fucking hospital and they sent for me to get blood. Because your blood type's the same as my blood type, and it's very rare. I don't know which one it is.
Yeah, yeah.
Could be bleeding zeros.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll say, I don't know.
Mm.
He lost the head. I was that badly hungover. I said, Paddy,
Told you tomorrow. I can block that up, granted.
I said, look, just going back to bed. And then I got into bed. I said to Sue, just get dressed. We're going. She
Yeah.
says, what's wrong? I said, come on. I just want to go. I just want
Yeah.
to go home. A few days later, the phone rang. And my dad said to me, he says, I want this looked into. He says,
Mm-hmm. Angry, like he was angry.
I want this looked into. He says, I'm not fucking happy with this at all. And I want you to stand by me, he says.
Mm.
You didn't deserve what happened to you, he says. I want clarification as to why this was allowed happened, how they got away with it, and how I could not get my fucking son, he says.
Mm.
And he was so down the phone, and I just went, okay,
Mm.
whatever you want to do, whatever you want, I'll go with that.
Mm.
So we went back to the people that put us together. We said, because they're in an organisation,
Yeah.
okay? And we said, we set up a meeting with the people that put us together, because we were kind of close with them. There was two designated officers, if you like,
Mm.
a lady and a man, lovely, lovely people. So they were like, "Hey, what's going on? Is everything okay?" And we're like, not really.
Mm.
But I'd already told the lady the situation
Mm.
that had happened as a child. And I'd asked her not to say anything
To him, like,
to me dad.
mm.
So when we sat down and I said it, she knew exactly what I meant.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, what do you think we should do? She said, well, I think you should go for it. Go for it. Because what happened is unacceptable.
Mm-hmm.
Unacceptable. Completely unacceptable. So the two said, okay, well, yeah, right. So what do we do next? And she said, I'll be in touch with you and I'll see what the protocol is and we'll take it from there. So the next thing I know, I get a phone call off her saying, you have to get a DNA test done before you can go to court. I said, yeah, all right, no problem. The fucking image of me. I know I said at the start when he walked in, I said, he doesn't look like me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now I look like him. Because
Yeah.
every time I look at his photograph, I just go, oh, I was 50 last week or the week
Mm.
before. And I swear to God, I'm looking at me dad. So that was it. I think, yeah, he came to, no, we sent the package down to him and he did the DNA
Mm.
and we sent it off, waited, got a phone call. No. Yeah. Got a phone call, come in, went in, he's not your dad.
Oh my God.
Sure. He's 99.9% not your dad. Right, okay. I remember looking at him, I remember him looking at me. That's not fucking possible, right? That's true. Because it can't be true.
Mm.
That's wrong. So we'll do another test. I said, that's wrong. There's no. So in hindsight, the whole thing was that if he's not your dad, you can't go any further about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
with me?
Yeah.
So that for me, that was nearly the end of my life. So my body went into serious
Mm.
depression, .com, you fucking name it. I wouldn't go to work. I wouldn't get out of bed.
So this was 2 years, was it? 2 years?
2 years after I met him, yeah.
Yeah. Jesus.
It just took the life out of me. I took the life out of him as well. And we went and we got another DNA test done outside of
Mm.
that place. And it turns out that he wasn't my father. Now, to this day, I can't understand how or what or where, because I always knew his name. It was in this book that I
Mm.
had from the social worker. Little faces, this is your dad, this is your mom, with their names on it.
Yeah.
This is your new family, mom, dad, and the four sisters and my brother.
Yeah.
So I always knew that he was my dad, So after the second one, I ended up in the psychiatric ward for a week. I had to go to PA the house. My life was just turned upside down. And I was suicidal. I just wanted to end my life. As as it was. I suffered very badly with depression, but to have the flame burn so brightly
Yeah.
and be so fucking happy
Yeah.
to just for it to just switch, just like that. Why the fuck is this happening? Why is this happening? The disbelief was unbelievable. My body went into shock.
I'd say so, yeah.
So I ended up in PA the house. I ended up in psychiatric ward, put on really strong medication. And that's when the shit started hitting the fan for me,
Mhm.
for trauma, for what really happened. Because I started talking about it to a professional. And as I was talking about it, the lady counselor, who was a beautiful lady, she started crying. She started crying. I told her about
Everything.
everything. And she sobbed. And I said to her, are you okay? And she said, no, I'm not. She said, this is what it's all about, Will. She said, it's me accepting your story and it's me,
Mm.
I have to, She says, no, I'm not okay. She
Mm.
said, I've heard a lot of things in my day, but that's just heartbreak.
Yeah.
But I didn't need to hear them words.
Yeah.
This is heartbreaking. I fucking know it's heartbreaking. And if she ever hears this, I don't mean it like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She did a fantastic job. Beautiful lady, I did my course with PA the house. I was never the same again.
No.
Never the same again.
So what happened to the relationship with like this?
Fizzled out.
Did it?
Yeah. He went through what I went through, but he
Yeah.
didn't get the help. Like,
That's mental.
yeah. So we're in the middle of we're back in the court case at the moment. So
So is the court case just for yourself and obviously people watching? Is that the court case for putting you with the wrong person, or is it?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's not for the abuse. It's for putting two people together that aren't
Yeah.
meant to be together. Now, when I say that, I don't believe it fully. I still don't believe it.
Yeah.
In my heart, when I talk to him, when I see him, I do see him, not for like maybe once a year. I talked to him. I talked to him the other day.
Yeah.
I told him I was coming onto this. I
Yeah.
told him I needed to talk about it. He says, you do whatever you have to do. Do you know what I mean? He says, the boys are always asking about you. We have to come and see, I used to see him every Christmas. I used to see,
Mm.
I used to see him a lot. Then, because my depression was so intense, I wouldn't get out of bed. I lost my company. I fell back on car repayments. Actually destroyed myself. Wouldn't get out of bed, wouldn't go to work. My poor wife had to put up with me for a good length of time. And then she got sick. And then when she got sick, she was so sick. She got sepsis. She nearly died. And she just turned around to me one day and said, well, I can't deal with you anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not happy. And I had to move out. So moving out it was a big fucking, it was horrendous.
Mm-hmm.
So in the 1 year, I was had to lose my father and my wife. So that was a big wake-up call.
Yeah.
So I was overdoing my meds. I was taking more than I should have. I was having a drink as well. No, not every day, but maybe on the weekend I might drink.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And if the drink wasn't enough, I'd be taking pills as well
Mm-hmm.
to put me asleep.
To numb the pain.
Just to numb the fucking
Yeah.
pain, like. Just horrendous.
Horrendous. Yeah.
So I didn't realise that I was causing such a turbulence, like the kids. I was neglecting one of my kids. When I say neglecting, I wasn't doing his homework with him, wasn't helping
Mm-hmm.
because I work for myself. I could, take days off. I can go,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say go to work when I liked, but I was flexible enough.
Mm.
But fuck me, I felt like I fucked up. I let everybody down. It destroyed my life. It fucked me up so bad. Like, anyone watching this and they hear me using bad language, it's just an expression of how I feel, and
Exactly.
like, it's unbelievable. So I went running every day. I had two choices. I could fall, which I fell loads of times in my life. I've been through so much stuff,
Yeah.
turmoil, that I kept going all the time. Keep going, keep going, keep going. And Lara was probably one of the first people to ever say to me, don't give up.
Mm-hmm.
Keep doing it. It was fixing tires, getting a wheel off a truck. Don't give up. Keep hitting it. Keep hitting it. Don't give up. Stuff like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And even then, he found out I was talking to somebody and he found out he rang me. He said, "What's the story? Where are you? Are you okay?" Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He was always there for me,
Yeah.
always. But even within saying that, so get your shit together. Got up every morning, went for 5K run, went to work all day, came home, went for a swim, got into bed, took my medication, my proper dosage.
Mm.
Yeah. Continued every fucking day. Well, maybe not every day, right? But I did my best.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm a musician,
Mm.
right?
Okay.
I've been writing songs since I was a kid.
Yeah.
That's another element of,
Yeah.
if you like. Um, I'll talk about that in a few
Yeah.
moments. But um, yeah, I practiced and practiced. There happened to be a piano in the house I was in, but I used to call it the smelly house.
Yeah.
It was fucking stinking.
All else like.
It was just stinking.
Mm.
Even the cat was like bent up, the decrepit little thing, It was a horrible little cat. I'm an animal lover. But this cat was like
Yeah.
fucking, it was like the devil. It was just bent up. It was like a witch's cat.
Yeah.
And the chap that was living there with me, he was off the fucking radar.
Yeah.
He's a nice guy. He wasn't on the same planet, I don't
No.
think.
No.
No. So I just worked on myself and saw my kids most weekends. It was fucking heartbreaking. And my daughter Amy, she stepped in and she was my rock through that stage
Mm.
of my life. She'd check up on me every day. Ben was only a wee lad. Um, I was begging my wife. I was just pestering her. Take it back, take it back. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Making life hell for her. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Like she was after in for the mailers just as much as I had.
Yeah.
Like it just fucked their lives up so much. It was so bad. So, I'm always saying you couldn't write this. You couldn't write this story. You
Mm.
couldn't write it. So it came to Christmas. I went in. Christmas did Santa. I just got upset and said, "Listen, it's great to see you. I have to go." I went to did Christmas on my own. That's fine. I got through that. Then the day before New Year's, the phone rang. It was Sue. Do you want to have a chat?
Mm.
I said, yeah, fantastic. So we won't get into the major details of that, but
Mm.
we
Worked it out.
we worked everything out and
Yeah.
it was fantastic. We got back together and we got through it, and without her coming back, when I say coming back to me, without her giving me another shot at a title, if you like, I wouldn't be here today.
Mm.
It was a big risk what I went through, and but we came out the other side of it.
Yeah.
So I started then with my dad. We decided that we were going to take the certain people to court
Mm.
over registering people in future. What you should do is you should do a DNA test before you
You
put
put
two
them
people
together.
together. So no one ever has to go through that
Mm.
ever again.
You think that would just be standard, wouldn't you?
You think it would be, but it's not.
Yeah.
So at the moment, last 2 weeks, I've only reopened the case.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
The last 2 weeks. So it's being reopened because I have been sick again. I was sick again, just down to just life, the pressures, depression catching up on me. So last year, I went to therapy, trauma therapy, with a man called Dan Kyo, who I'm delighted to say his name.
Yeah.
And if there's anybody out there that is going through anything, Dan Kyo is the man's name. He's an amazing human being, and he brought me back to life.
Good.
He put everything into perspective. He went through everything. He just listened. Do you know what he did? He fucking laughed. He says, "You're the funniest man I've ever fucking met." He says, "Why don't you do stand-up comedian?" And I'm like, "Dan, I'm trying to be fucking serious here with you. Why are you telling me this?" He'd sit there and chuckle. He says, "You just have a way." I says,
Yeah.
"Well, it's like, this is the most serious bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shut up, will you?"
Yeah.
And that's how we got on. Just an absolute gentleman. And he got me through so much. He leveled out everything for me. The very words, "It's not your fault." I never thought that. That never resonated with me. It's not your fucking fault. You didn't do this. It's not your fault. Them very words resonate with me today. So when things go tits up,
It's not your fault.
unless I fucking reverse it into a tree, it's not my fault. Do you know what I'm saying? Look, I'm not perfect in any shape or form. Recently, I bumped into this gentleman, as you know, Ian.
Yeah.
Kane Doyle. He's an upcoming actor and producer
Mm.
and has his finger in all the pie.
He does. He does. Great lad, Kane.
And he's actually, he befriended me,
Yeah.
and we got chatting, and I told him that I'm a singer songwriter.
Yeah.
I have the guts of an album there. The album's called Through Tinted Windows.
Okay.
At the moment, one of the songs is being animated in America.
Amazing.
Amazing, by three beautiful ladies. When I say beautiful, I mean as in
Yeah.
lovely souls.
Beautiful souls. Yeah.
Not being freaky.
Yeah.
They're about 90 and 20. They're in college, you know what I mean? Not being a creep,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know. But they are lovely ladies.
So it's a piano, is it? You play
I play guitar. I was
guitar?
going to bring it in,
Yeah.
but then I said, nah, I better not.
I actually play write and sing as well myself.
Do you?
I started writing a song today, funny enough, this morning. And it's funny you should say that because I haven't wrote a song in, I'd say, 2 years.
Get out.
And I don't know why this morning I literally, my wife bought me a mini mountain guitar this morning.
What?
And this morning I just said to myself, this idea came in my head, and I've got the verse and the chorus wrote this morning.
Get out.
That's weird, isn't it?
That's fucked up.
That's weird, yeah.
That's not fucked up. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so I still play the guitar every day. My daughter, I sing with my daughter and stuff, but
That's crazy. I sing with my son.
yeah,
And Ben, I taught Ben how to play.
yeah,
And then he's playing songs that I can't play.
yeah.
And I'm like, show me how you
that's
do
annoying,
that.
yeah.
I said, you can't be doing that. Show me. And I
Yeah.
still can't. He's just riptide.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
you want to hear him singing that, it's just perfect.
Mm.
Now, my signature song would be like Paul a teeny candy.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
a bit of but we actually wrote a song together.
No way.
Yeah, he says, Dad, listen to this riff. So he starts playing this riff. And I'm like, that's really funky, yeah.
Yeah.
And, I just start singing, and it just,
The words from like,
yeah, just flew out of me.
yeah, yeah.
And now we have this amazing song that's just
Class.
amazing.
You'd have to send me some of your stuff.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah.
But you're not allowed to play it on air.
No, I won't. I
I
won't.
mean, listen, now I see. So from there, from being artistic
Mm.
in nature, and I could be walking down the road and just something will come into my head, and I'll be sitting down, and then oh, yeah. Like my wife actually bought me two of my favorite guitars that I have, a Dobro and an Ovation. Well, it's not a real Ovation, but don't tell anyone that. It's just music has been my therapy as
It
well.
does help, doesn't it? It
Oh
does.
yeah, definitely.
Even with stress, day-to-day life and stress in general, like obviously not what you've been through, but like I find that you play the guitar, whether you write a song or you're singing a cover or whatever, it just takes like that weight off my shoulders,
Yeah, 100%. Now I'm a devil for just picking up the guitar and I play the same riff all the time. It's the first thing I'll do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or I have a list of TikToks on my phone. I just don't have the time to go through them.
Yeah.
The other night I sat down and one of the Coldplay songs, just E minor D, just repetitive with the capo on the fourth fret.
Yeah.
I'm like, I like that. I like that. So when I was in contact with Kane, he sent me his number. He says, ring me. Because I was talking about this film I've had in my head for years.
Yeah.
About my life.
Your story, yeah.
My story. And this is how I kind of ended up here today with you.
Yeah.
So this is kind of our future, my future.
Yeah.
My focus now is keeping stable, mentally healthy. I'm in the gym about 15 weeks now. As you can see, my body's a temple now,
Yeah.
That's what I say. The kids fucking hate it when I say it. It's like, even my wife's like, shut up, I'm like,
Yeah.
my body's a temple, But yeah, so the upside to this story is that I'm making a film with Kane Doyle. He's gonna produce it with me.
Yeah.
He's gonna be in it.
Yeah.
I might be in it. Sure, why fucking not?
Might not. Yeah.
Get your mush in.
It's another experience, isn't it? And it is your story to tell. Like,
it is my story to tell.
yeah.
Now, it's gonna be based on a true story. But I'm not gonna add anything in that's not there.
Yeah.
But I am gonna tell what happened.
Yeah.
Exactly how it happened. So it's based on a true story. So I was kind of nervous about coming in and saying all I've said today.
Yeah.
for a simple reason that there is people out there now that have been through the mill and they're afraid to come out and say it and talk.
Yeah.
And then there's another side of me was like, oh, but what a fucking anti-bunny hears this. Now this is out in the open.
Yeah.
It's out in the open.
Yeah.
It's a big, big risk I'm after taking coming in. Or is it? Should I deserve to keep this?
Well, it's your story, isn't it? Like,
It is.
nobody can take your story away from you.
Yeah, exactly.
You've lived it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that was one of the fearful things that I had coming in
Mm.
going, am I overstepping the mark here? Coming in and saying what happened. I haven't mentioned anybody's name.
No,
I haven't.
no.
But that's like, I didn't go into major detail either.
Yeah.
But, the truth is the truth. But I'm so happy I came in
Yeah.
to have this opportunity. But on the flip side of the coin is the future of the song. Like, I have a song written called The Ballad of a Boy,
Mm.
which is the theme tune to the film.
Yeah.
The film is called I Found You. It was originally about finding me dad, but the more I've talked to Kane about it, it's about me.
You've found you. Yeah.
I found me.
Yeah.
And here I
Makes
am,
sense, doesn't it? Yeah.
sitting here talking about
Yeah.
how fucking brilliant I am now
Mm.
to what I was.
Mm.
I was a shell of a man because of what I've been through, the trauma, but also the healing process, the people in my life. I forgot to mention a lady who is my best friend who died, Nicola, her name. She's after helping me through an awful period of my life where I was just stuck
Mm.
in a rut. And she'd ring me every day and see if I was all right,
Yeah.
without her. Um, I wouldn't be where I am today as well with everybody else. So, I mean, regardless of everything that's happened, I'm so grateful to have found these people, but I'm so grateful to have found myself.
Yeah.
Even going back to the gym, you know, looking good, feeling good.
Mm.
I don't know about you, but I think I look good.
You do.
No,
You do.
no, you see there, that's it. Then once the shit is kind of gone that way, and
Mm.
I can start talking about what I'm passionate about, what I love
Yeah.
doing. Even Dan, my therapist, like, I was being serious. He starts laughing at me.
Mm.
He says, "You're
A
fucking."
different approach, like.
It's a different, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like,
Like obviously an outsider hearing your story for the first time. I think a massive thing for your life, I think it's been the people around you. Like right from the start, you've got your friends, your core group of friends. Then you had the boss,
yeah,
who is the father figure.
yeah,
Then you meet your wife, and then you've got obviously your friends, sisters, and all these people around you.
yeah.
I've been. Thank God, I've probably helped you from not being here. Like now, you
Yeah,
know what I mean.
without a doubt, each and every one of them, and even like this is kind of terrible. A few years ago, it was New Year's, and I wasn't in a very good place.
Mm.
The depression, I had a few drinks,
Mm.
and I was down with my mother and father-in-laws, and I got just pissed off, and I wasn't going to do anything. I
Mm.
was just going fucking home, like. So I went off walking, trying to get a taxi. But my father-in-law was out the streets looking for me. That's how much of a fucking gentleman. Do you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
I didn't know this song a few days later when my
yeah.
wife told me, and I felt so fucking bad about it.
Mm.
Like Mick, my father-in-law, fucking Jen.
Yeah.
Jen, she's my mother-in-law. What a lady. She's like my mother. They do anything for, like, I'm so blessed to have such a beautiful circle of family and friends. And it kind of hurts me to think that it started off so bad. It could still go very bad,
Mm.
but I have to take each day as it comes, and I have to be strong, and I have to be who I am.
Mm.
And I am quite positive. I'm very positive. I'm a chauffeur driver, tour guide. I'm very good at my job. I've a lot going for me. And I met Kane, and Kane has really turned my life around after what he's been through
Yeah,
with his film bereavement,
yeah,
his
yeah,
own. Like, we FaceTime each other most days. How are
yeah.
you, pal?
Yeah, he's
What's the
great lad.
story? He's just a fucking
Yeah.
gentleman.
Well, like looking at your future now, like I'm glad that there is like a happy ending, so to speak, that you're gonna make this movie. You got the music thing going on as well. Like, and me just meeting you today for the first time, like I can see you're a good guy, good character, like.
Oh, thank you.
And I really do appreciate, obviously coming on, sharing your story.
I'm actually delighted to have done.
Yeah, yeah. No, just before we go, is there anything else you wanna plug? What's the album? What's the theme?
Well,
Is it you?
it's a,
Is it your life as well? Is it?
well, kind of, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I wrote a song. The very first song I ever wrote was called "Gypsy Woman."
Okay.
Um, and to my shock, last year I found out there was another song called "Gypsy Woman," but it doesn't matter because
Gypsy Woman Part Two.
yeah,
Yeah,
"Gypsy Woman" slash "Bleeding
yeah.
Deadly," you know.
Yeah.
Um, and
Yeah.
we used to sing that with the lads, like, you know. I
Mm.
came up with it one day, you know,
Yeah.
just sitting in the bedroom with the lads, and I feel like I'm talking like you now. But anyway, yeah, and then yeah, some of it is really sad. One is called "Man Down." It's about depression,
Okay, yeah.
and like the chorus is, "Oh Lord, help me, I'm a man down,"
Yeah.
you know. And then I have another song called "The Queen." That starts off like, you know, "I don't know how you do it, but you make me smile." You know, there's
Yeah.
a nice melody to it, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get into all this.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. The album's called Through Tinted Windows,
Mm.
and hopefully it will be out possibly before Christmas,
Yeah, amazing.
all going well. And the film won't be ready for about 10 years,
Yeah.
but it will be ready. It will
Yeah.
be ready. And hopefully I'll get closure from this court case.
Yeah.
And
Now, do you
no,
have any dates coming up for that, or is it?
no,
Mm.
I'm back in talking with the solicitor on Monday,
Mm.
and we're gonna go from there because it's I had left it,
Mm.
but it's not a closed case.
Finish that part of your life as well. Yeah.
We're gonna put it to bed,
Yeah.
and hopefully my dad will get some closure over it as well,
Yeah.
because he really deserves it, and he's such an amazing part of my life.
Mm.
I know I don't get to see him that much, and I know it says in the DNA that he's not, but it's
Mm.
so hard to fucking
Yeah, to
oh,
accept it.
yeah, well, to accept. But I just one more thing.
Yeah.
So there's a lady she was talking in Trinity about DNA and how it can be disrupted through alcohol.
No, yeah.
Where so you have your A chrome, your B chrome, your C chrome, right?
Mm.
If you keep drinking and keep drinking, you destroy your C chrome. So if you go to match that chromosome with somebody else from somebody else's body, and you're actually father and son, they ain't gonna fucking match. So your DNA can be distorted. Now I know Paddy drinks a lot.
Mhm.
I'm not saying he's an alcoholic,
Yeah, yeah.
but he does. He likes his drink. So I'm convinced that's the situation. If you like.
Is there any other way that they can test other than DNA? Or something else?
Well, I could take a DNA test with one of my brothers.
Okay. And see it doesn't match there.
Yes. But I was told not to until everything is gone through the courts,
Yeah, yeah.
because it could flip another side of the coin,
Mm.
and our point will be, you know,
Yeah.
discarded.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's it's a long road, but
Yeah.
you know,
Have they said how long it might take the whole process now? Nothing's quick anyway, is there? Like,
no, it's definitely not. No, but I have put it on hold due to my 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 mental well
yeah,
being, you
yeah.
know. But I'm in a good place now, and I'm happy, and you know,
Yeah.
things are looking bright, you know.
I think if you put your head into the movie and the music and stuff like that, and it's always a positive, isn't it? Doing something, as you say, being so creative, like
Yeah, 100%.
it takes your mind off all that stuff, like. Well, absolute pleasure. Lovely meeting you today, and thanks
Pleasure to
for
meet you.
coming on. And yeah, absolute legend. Thanks.
Thanks very much. Appreciate that.
Thanks.
God bless.
Thank you for listening to the What If You Didn't podcast. For more episodes like this, like and subscribe. Sponsored by JL Solutions Ireland.